Hello students, welcome to part 6 of chapter photosynthesis. Today we are going to discuss about photophosphorylation. But before we start about it, let us see the basic concept of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, it takes place in two steps, the light reaction and the dark reaction. The light reaction takes place in presence of sunlight. Light is necessary, solar energy is necessary for it, whereas dark reaction takes place in absence of sunlight. I'm not saying it takes place at night. It may take place during the daytime also, but it does not need light. Light reaction. So this is the structure of chloroplast. Light reaction takes place inside the granum. This is the granum of, and each granum we know it is made up of thylakoid. So light reaction takes place within the thylakoid. Which part? The photosystems which we had studied last time consist of pigments, and they are responsible for converting the light energy into chemical energy. So in presence of sunlight, the solar energy is trapped by the photosystems. Water is taken inside by the thylakoids, by the photosystems, and they convert the light energy to form ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and NADPH, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So NADPH is formed and ATP molecules are formed. Students, listen carefully. For forming one glucose molecules, we need 18 molecules of ATP and 12 molecules of NADPH. So which are obtained from where? During the light reaction. Where is it is taking place? Light reaction occurs in the grana. Water is taken in and it forms ATP, NADPH, and at the same time oxygen is given out. The second step is dark reaction. Where does this dark reaction occurs? Dark reaction takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast, and inside the stroma of the chloroplast it occurs during a cycle which is called as Kelvin cycle. In Kelvin cycle, carbon dioxide is fixed by the energy. ATP energy is utilized, NADPH is utilized to form sugars. Now, during this process, this ATP, it is converted or broken down to form ADP and inorganic phosphate, and this ADP and inorganic phosphate will be again utilized during the light reactions to form the ATP. Whereas also NADP is released into the stroma, which will be again utilized by the light reaction. So you can see they're interdependent of each other, and sugars are formed during Kelvin cycle, that is dark reaction. So we repeat, photosynthesis consists of light reaction, dark reaction. In light reaction takes place in presence of sunlight, water is taken in, oxygen is given out, ATP molecules and NADPH are formed. Dark reaction takes place in the stroma. It does not depend on the light. It forms ADP inorganic phosphate and again releases NADP. So that again it will form NADPH in the light reaction. It fixes the carbon dioxide and sugars are formed utilizing the energy. To form one glucose molecule, 12 NADPH and 18 ATP are needed. So I hope you understood photosynthesis basic concept. Let us see again light reaction, dark reaction. Where does light reaction takes place? In the thylakoids. Dark reaction takes place in absence of sunlight in stroma of the chloroplast. What is the result of light reaction? ATP is formed, NADPH form, and photolysis of water takes place. Water splits to form oxygen, to release oxygen. Whereas dark reaction uses the ATP, NADPH formed during the light reaction to form sugars. And what is released? Carbon dioxide is released, ADP and inorganic phosphate are released. Even NADP is released. Let us start with photophosphorylation. Very, very important concept of light reaction is photophosphorylation. Here ADP molecule, adenosine diphosphate molecule along with inorganic phosphate in presence of sunlight in the chloroplast, it forms ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This process of formation of ATP in presence of sunlight in the chloroplast is called as photophosphorylation. Photo sunlight, phosphorylation, formation of ATP molecule. It takes place by two methods, the cyclic photophosphorylation and non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Today we are going to discuss about cyclic phosphorylation. Non-cyclic will discuss in some other video. Students, listen carefully. Cyclic photophosphorylation involves only photosystem 1. It does not involve photosystem 2. Only photosystem 1 is participating in cyclic photophosphorylation. So this is photosystem 1, and we know the chlorophyll A is absorbing all the electrons which is forming the reaction center at wavelength 700. It takes place in the grana of the chloroplast, specifically in the thylakoid, on the wall of the thylakoid in the photosystems. This process begins. Now, what happens? Light energy, as soon as it falls on PS1, all the accessory pigments present in the PS1 will absorb the light energy, they will get excited, and they will give away the electron to the reaction center. The reaction center, once excited, releases this electron outside. These electrons, which are released by the reaction center of PS1, photosystem 1, are accepted by a electron acceptor called as ferredoxin reducing substance. Students, what is FR standing for? Ferredoxin reducing substance. Where is it present? It is present on the thylakoid, the wall of the thylakoid. There these all carrier proteins are present. So suppose this is the wall of the thylakoid. Here the photosystem 1 is present on the double wall membrane. They are releasing the electron, and these electrons are accepted by the first electron acceptor, and that is FRS. Suppose this is the FRS which is sitting on the membrane of the thylakoid. It gets excited, FRS, and it releases electron after excitation. This electron is now accepted by ferredoxin. So ferredoxin, again, where is it sitting? Everything is taking place on the wall of the thylakoid. After ferredoxin takes the electron, it gets excited and it releases its electron, which is accepted by cytochrome complex called as cytochrome B6. During this process, in between, ATP synthetase enzyme is sitting here. So suppose I show you in on the thylakoid, this green color thing is, say, suppose cytochrome. Here is the cytochrome, and in between there is a ATP synthetase machinery sitting. This ATP synthetase machinery, it converts adenosine diphosphate and inorganic phosphate, which is present in the stroma, and first ATP molecule is formed. So here first ATP is formed. Meanwhile, cytochrome B6 also get excited. It releases electron. This is accepted by cytochrome F, and in between again one more ATP is formed because one more ATP synthetase is present in between. So again ADP inorganic phosphate joins together to form one more molecule of ATP. So up till now, two molecules of ATP have been formed. The excited cytochrome F will now release its electron, which is accepted by the last electron acceptor, which is called as plastocyanin. Remember students, plastocyanin. Plastocyanin is the last electron acceptor and the one which is sending the electron back to photosystem 1. Therefore, it is called as a cyclic photophosphorylation. Entire reaction is taking place in presence of sunlight. You see here sunlight, and what is happening? Two molecules of ATP are synthesized during this process. So it is photophosphorylation. And why is it called a cyclic photophosphorylation? Because the electron which was emitted out from the PS1, it comes back to PS1 via plastocyanin. So it produces only ATP. Cyclic photophosphorylation produces only ATP. In one cycle, two molecules of ATP are formed. This cycle will take place 6 times. So 12 ATP molecules are formed as a result of cyclic photophosphorylation for forming one glucose molecule. I am saying this balance for one glucose molecule. The movement of electrons, if you see, it is in a cyclic manner. It does not release oxygen because no photolysis of water takes place. Students, one more important thing, always remember only PS2, photosystem 2, is bringing about the photolysis of water, and if it is involved, then only release of oxygen will take place. Here PS2 is not participating in the cyclic photophosphorylation. Here only PS1 is participating. So no photolysis of water, no oxygen is released, only ATP is produced. Even NADPH2 is not produced during this reaction. We'll revise this. Photosystem 1 gets excited because of sunlight, solar energy. All the accessory pigments, they absorb the electrons, absorb the light energy, and they pass the electron to the reaction center, chlorophyll A. It becomes excited, releases its electron, becomes ionized. Electron is accepted first by FRS, ferredoxin reducing substance. So if you see, every time electron is accepted and then given out. So gaining of electron is reduction and losing of electron is oxidation. So every step oxidation and reduction is taking place. FRS releases the electron and it is accepted by gained by ferredoxin. Ferredoxin is reduced, FRS is oxidized. Ferredoxin again reduces, again it gives out electron gained by cytochrome B6. And meanwhile, in between, one molecule of ATP is formed by an enzyme ATP synthetase machine. Again, cytochrome B6 gives away the electron to cytochrome F. In between cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F, one more ATP molecule is formed. Cytochrome F will now give it to plastocyanin. Plastocyanin is the very important electron carrier because it is the one which will finally give this electron back to PS1. So students, I hope you have understood cyclic photophosphorylation. In next video, we will study about non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Thank you.